Okay, so your next step is to actually read the question really carefully. So you don't want to jump straight into answering. You need to take time to read your question and you need to take time to plan your question. So you'll always be given plenty of space to plan and draft out your answer before you actually write it up. Okay, nobody expects you to be able to just in one go write a perfect full mark answer. That's just not doable. Okay, they want your full process to be shown, right from understanding the question, planning your answer, to then writing your final draft. Don't forget, in these exams you've got plenty of time to do that. There's no need to rush at all. So I'm using question 2 of the level 2 writing sample paper 1 just as my example here. So the first thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to see how many marks this question is worth. Okay, so this is worth a big 27 marks. That's quite a lot. Okay, so I know that I need to put a good amount of effort into this. It's going to take quite a lot of writing, and thinking back to all of these assessment criteria, I need to make sure that I'm trying to hit every single one, because that's what will get me my 27 marks. These marks are made up from how well I hit each of these criteria, which is why they're really important. The second part I'm going to look at is how much I'm actually expected to write. So you'll be given a suggested word count. Now this isn't a strict rule. They're not saying you have to write that much. It's more about quality than quantity. So you could have one person who writes reams and reams, but they don't actually meet the success criteria. And you can have some people who could write maybe a bit less than this, but they still manage to hit everything. So it's more about focusing on hitting all the different criteria than hitting the word count. But this is the suggested word count. This is about how much they'd say you probably need to write if you're going to hit all the criteria successfully. To put this into context, 250 to 300 words is at least a page on the kind of pages you get in this, okay? So you're looking at about a page, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less, but not a lot less. I would say aim to fill a page with good quality work and you should be quite safe. So then, now I know how much work is required of me, I can look at the actual question and think about how I'm going to write these 250 to 300 words and how I'm going to meet all of the criteria to get my 27 marks. So I'm going to read through the question and I'm just going to pick out any keywords that jump out at me that I think might be useful. Okay, so it is well known that celebrities use the media to help their careers, but they don't seem to like it when the media covers their private lives. So this is an opening, just a statement, just to give you a bit of context of the topic that you're going to be writing about. And then we've got 3 questions here. Is it right how the media treats celebrities? How do celebrities benefit from the media? And how does the media benefit from celebrities? And should anything be off limits, or can the media cover everything about celebrities and their private lives? So those 3 questions are not just there to prompt your thinking, they kind of want you to answer all of them. So whenever you come across something in an exam where it says you could talk about this, actually what they mean is you should talk about that. So they've not just put these questions here for fun, they're looking for you to answer these, okay? They are there to prompt your thinking and to steer your discussion, but also they do kind of want you to cover them. So these are the 3 questions I'm going to be thinking about. Then comes the actual task. So this is the all-important bit. This is like the background information up here, and then you've got your actual task. Write an article for a student magazine exploring the extent to which it is fair that the private lives of celebrities are covered in the media. So I need to now think about that audience and purpose. So my purpose is that it's an article for a student magazine. And so my audience here are those students, okay? This is the all-important information. This is where those criteria about audience and purpose and appropriate language and appropriate tone all come in. You need to be remembering throughout this answer who you're writing for and why, or what you're writing it for. Okay, so now I've kind of analysed the question, I can move on to the next part, which will be planning my answer.